ahead, let's talk about Mahindra and Mahindra. The company unveiled its detailed SUV roadmap presenting its Global Vision 2027 and showcasing four new designs concepts built on the new NU-iQ modular multi-energy platform. The four concepts Vision ST, SXT and X are scheduled to begin production from 2027, targeting both Indian and international markets. My colleague Shrishti caught up with Rajesh Jejurikar on the details of the whole 2027 vision. Let's listen in.
15th August means a lot to us, and over the last 4-5 years we have made this the occasion to talk about new things, and today is one such day when we are talking about a new platform which we call New IQ. It's written as new underscore IQ, but it's really new, innovative and intelligent. And we're going to have multiple sets of products. What you're seeing here right now are 4 products, but I can see you're dressed for the occasion.
No, I have to be given the offerings that you have. Thanks.
So thanks for fitting into these wonderful products. So you're kind of fitting in. Maybe we are wrongly dressed, but you seem to have picked the perfect attire for the occasion.
Thank you so much. But Rajesh, given your offerings, we have to be on the toes. But yes, your offerings are now in contrast, a little contrast to me. They're sturdy. They're a little bit. Some of these offerings are a little boxy. Why don't you help us understand that when you were designing such concepts, what was the vision behind that? How well it can fit to the rural India? How well it can be perceived with the customers?
Yeah. So Srishti, when we'd done this whole exercise, he started this 5 years back, and we had covered that in my presentation. We have something we call the brand purpose, and the brand purpose talks about what our brand should stand for to customers and what our offerings should be, and what are the key pillars on which we want to build our brand. And everything that we do has to be true to that. So I'll just play that out quickly for you, but creating products which what we call have unmissable presence and head-turning design. So if you look at all of these 4, when they're on the road, they're going to look like a Mahindra, and they can't be missed. And that's one of the key things. That's as important in rural as in urban. So even rural customers do want this unmissable presence. The other attribute is around sophistication, tough yet sophisticated. Rural customers do want, first they want tough, but they now also want sophisticated. Yeah. They also want modern, cutting edge technologies. They want safety. They want sophistication. All of these things are really things we've thought of as the key pillars on which we build our brand, and that's what you see in these 4 concepts around.
Indeed, but Rajesh, help us understand that when are we going to see these on roads? And along with that, what sort of a mix that you will be working with? Will it be EV offerings as well? And how well it will do with your Inglo platform?
Yeah, so the first of these will come out in 2027. Then it's Vision 27, 2030 in a way, right? So over 2 to 3 years, you'll start seeing these products come out. The interesting thing about the new IQ platform, and that's why we call it innovative and intelligence, it's a flat floor platform. So it's the first time an ICE product is getting made on a flat floor, which allows us to give a flat floor and a born electric or electric origin SUVs, both coming out of the same platform. So we can have a very clear EV strategy as well as an ICE strategy with a lot of fungibility on the same platform.
All right, but along with that, Rajesh, you also talked about the white spaces that you want to touch on. What these offerings are, they are compact SUVs. Why and what made you take this particular call to really focus your offerings onto the compact side? And along with that, what other white spaces will Mahindra like to tap? Is going to be more global than domestic?
Yeah, so when we say compact, this does go up to 4.3 meters. So it's 4 to 4.3 meters. The Inglo platform covers us for bigger products. So Inglo goes from 4.3 to 4.7. So the bigger products are covered on the Inglo platform. We have other platforms on which we do the XUV 700 and the Scorpio, and so they are all the bigger vehicle platforms. We are looking at this as an opportunity to create a 4 to 4.3 liter portfolio, both on the same platform. There's a huge untapped white space in domestic market. Today, if you look at the definition of poor SUV, in spite of poor SUVs having grown so significantly the last over 5 years, out of the total passenger vehicle market, only 30% is core SUVs. So we still believe we have 70% white space, which we can tap and leverage with products which are differentiated. Our key thing is we have to create products which are differentiated. We don't want to create a set of Me Too products. And I'm sure when you walk around this, you're going to feel like these are differentiated, things you haven't seen before. And that's really what our value proposition is.
So if I can be really frank with you, some of your products actually similar to some of the luxury offerings on road in India. So just trying to have some parallel over there. But yes, indeed, you've worked a lot on the interiors. Is that what you showcased us as well? But the other thing, Rajesh, and today, I know you must be busy with the event and the plannings, but Prime Minister Modi has also made a very interesting statements on tax and GST slab rationalization, where he's saying that he must be looking forward to a Diwali gift. He will be coming out with the presents for the Indians and for your offerings as well. And overall, on the car segment, Rajesh, the tax slab is the highest one, including cess. It goes as high as 50%. What Prime Minister Modi will decide on that, that's something that we will be waiting out for. But what, as per you, should be the key focus area right now, and what can be taken positively by the markets?
Well, we'll leave the government to take their decision on what is the right rate of GST for our product category. But the one thing I would say is there's a great opportunity to make automobiles in India for the world. And that opportunity is best leveraged if the size of the Indian market keep growing faster. And we are still a very under-penetrated auto market. Less than 8 or 9% of the households in India own a car. So there is a huge upside. And the auto industry has a huge GDP multiplier. Because when auto manufacturing goes up, it adds job to the supplier ecosystem, it adds job to the front-end dealer ecosystem. So there's a huge multiplier effect of an auto growth story. And when that auto growth story can create global platforms and global products, because you make more in India for the Indian market as well as export, I think this sector has the greatest ability to create impact on the growth story of India. So let's say we hope for the best, but we leave the best decision for that to come.
So yes, indeed, it is a welcome move, Rajesh. But along with that, what cut do you believe can really boost the affordability?
Yeah, so India is a price-sensitive market, and hence we always try to keep our products well priced. It's also a market in which customers do look for new technologies. So customers are very knowledgeable, very evolved, and if we keep price points affordable, it's going to lead to category growth. So let's hope for the best.
So that was an ET Now exclusive. Mahindra & Mahindra management talking to ET Now on the new launches. We are slipping into a short break, but once we come back, Manish Dangi will join with us and talk to us about the larger picture of the market. So stay tuned.